8 unique ballots. And we had about 20 categories and many different nominees. So we will start off with the first category on the ballot, which was Best Barbarian, also known as Best Brute. It was actually our tightest race of all of them. We had 4 players within 2 votes for the #1 Brute. So I'll go through our nominees. We have Combo, also known as Menace. He's here. Can we teleport him to the stage? Permission to do that. Oh, Combo was nominee #1. Nominee #2, Sting. I don't think Sting's here. Y'all know we love Nathan. We got Huntmax. Don't think he's here. We all know Huntmax, legendary CCL player. We got Immune in France, so maybe it's late for him. And we got Gape. Our top 4 or 5 nominees. Gape is here, if we can teleport him here. So yeah, in 5th place, with 9% of the votes, was Gape, our 5th best brute in the CCL. In 4th place, with 14% of the vote, it's yours truly, Combo. And in 3rd place, with 17% of the vote, we had Sting. And coming in at #2 and #1 for the 2nd best brute in the CCL was Immune. And #1, that makes it Huntmax. So congratulations to Huntmax for being voted as the #1 brute in the CCL. We had very strong competitors for that one, so congratulations. Moving on to Best Knight. If you want to take it from here, Lifestrike, or I can keep going.
Yeah, I actually don't have the percentage of the votes here, but
There, I can set it your way real quick.
okay.
Also, we got a stream going, it looks like. I'll put that in call real quick. Actually, if you're sharing your screen, maybe you shouldn't do that. I can keep going.
I do. I'm on another device, so I can read it out here.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Give me 1 second to deal with the stream.
Oh, look at the breakdown. Okay. So for the next one, we have the best paladin, and we have a couple of nominees here. And for the first one, we had Pub Dom, which is otherwise known as Cody. Actually, let me step up here. So, is Cody actually here? I don't know. Hold on.
Yep, we have Cody, one of our managers. Get the command for teleporting people.
That's a good question. So we have Cody first for our nominee, and then the next one is Joe Bob 69, better known as Dean. Has been a very good in the queues, winning a lot of games, and was seen in most of the pop-ups as well. So that's also our second nominee. And then our third one is Spooky Mount. So if Spooky Mount is here, should probably actually check tab for this.
Yeah. Spooky Mounts doesn't seem to be here. I don't think he's been on for a while, but
Okay. And then we also have Confidence as our fourth nominee for Best Paladin. If Confidence is here, I don't believe he is. No, he isn't.
he's not.
Okay, and then our fifth nominee was O Trace, also known as Trace. Is Trace
You know,
here in this
good
chat?
traces at night. certainly deserving of the nominee.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Of
And
course, we have plenty of Roots who were good at night. They were not put on the ballot just to have some diversity here, but we all know that Combo and Guppe are great, both kits. Cody, where's
and
all your
also
guys at? Dean and Trace.
and also, of course, you guys were free to vote for another person that was not on the nominee list. So just unlock soon, we turn that. Okay, and for the percentage of votes here, so coming in at fourth, we have Pub Dom, Cody. So one runner up. And then in third place, at 15.6% of the votes, we have Joe Bob 69, Dean. So
People
next runner
faded
up there.
Spectral.
Say interesting vote breakdown here. And then at second place, we have Confidence with 17.2% of the votes, and which leaves us first place. So congratulations to Spooky Mount for winning for Best Paladin. So
That's
congrats.
definitely a shocker. I haven't seen Mountie play in months, but we all know how good he is at this game. He played 2 games, and I guess he won them both. So honorable mentions to people who are here. Swipey and Petsy both got 1 vote. So you guys can get on the podium, I guess.
Did I break something? I hope I did not break something. You didn't see that, right? You didn't. All right.
Congratulations to all the nominees. I think nowadays Brute is more clouded than Knight, so just need to play D-Stance. So congratulations to those nominees. Next award will be Marksman. So
I think
Life,
I
take it from
should
here.
continue here, actually. I'll definitely continue. So for Marksman, let me go down the nominations that we had based on the Google form. So first nominee here is DT Berg. This is probably goes without any question. You've played him a little bit. You've definitely seen DT Berg around on Marksman, and a very valuable one at that. And the next one we do have Pub Dom, which is Cody. And he does, in fact, play Ranger and is a very good Ranger at that. So maybe not as actively playing the kit as some other Rangers on this nominations, but definitely deserving of it on here.
Guys, what's up, bro?
Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is that Live Strike?
That yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Lewis, we
We're,
can talk later. For now,
we're
we
in the
got
middle.
in
We're
the
in the
middle of
middle of some nominations over here. Want to join us? Okay, and then
I'm muted. We're good.
okay. Then next we have the Greatness 123, better known as Irrelevant News, part of Upburst, a very good ranger at that. Of course, able to play other kits, but probably know him, especially in the rank queues, on Ranger, and a very good one, especially up close at close range. I have firsthand experience, nightmares of it. And then fourth, we have Mobilizer, also known as ARM. I'm not actually sure if he's here. Let's see.
Tom can't make it because he's watching a soccer game or something like that.
I
But
see. Priorities. It makes sense. Makes sense. So it's one of the nominations. ARM, a very good ranger, of course, is known to play other kits as well, especially rogue or assassin, but also is a very good marksman at that. And then we have Jinx as our next nomination here. I have not personally played into queues with Jinx, but I've definitely spectated, and it's a lot of great Ranger gameplay as well. And then we have Swipey. I mean, I think we're all aware that he's a flex player, but he definitely plays Ranger as well and can play a very good Ranger. So those are our nominations. And then see the breakdown.
We'll fill out the podium with some other Ranger mains who started a little late, so they weren't on the ballot, but we all know.
Yeah. So
Widecraft, of course. Here. Thought I saw him in the lobby. Maybe not.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 5th. Okay, so this is 4th. 5th with 4th, 3rd, 2nd. I want to say this is 4th. Okay. So actually tied at 4th place, we have Arm, and then we have Cody at 4th place, both with 9.2% of the votes. So congrats to runner-ups here. And then in 3rd place, we have Jinx covering 13.8% of the votes. And then at 2nd place, we get Swipey covering 15.4% of the votes, which leaves 1st place. That's partially why, didn't let him read his own votes here, but DT Berg at 1st as the marksman. So anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I know. I'm happy. I feel like I've been pretty good at Ranger for a while now, but certainly started pretty weak. I think I was at the bottom of the leaderboard for a little bit, but I won 15 in a row, so now I'm back. So next time we do this, I hope to widen the gap, but we'll see. We got some good Rangers nowadays. I'd like to thank, I guess, Guppe and Hux for making that beautiful video. Guppe because he inspired me a lot, and Dean because he was easy to beat. Helped me get that elo. All right.
Well, congrats, DT, for Best Marksman Award. And I don't know, you want to take the next one? But we have Best Rogue coming up next here.
Sure. So for Best Rogue, also known as Assassin, we have our top nominees were Swipey, as he's been sitting in the podium for a while now. We all know him. He's pretty good at this game, I guess. Yeah, he can play most kits. Pretty good assassin. We've got Mobilizer. Arm faded this, but he's not bad either. Definitely newer to the game than most of the other assassins, but he figured it out pretty fast. We got your favorite Jew. He's blacklisted, so even if he had won the vote, wouldn't give it to him, but we all know
Fortunate.
he can play it. Xcav, playing this game for years. He used to be a squeaker, now he is just as old as the rest of us. So now he doesn't look like he could make it. We know how good Xcav is. We got Jareth. Get him on the podium.
I'm not in the game.
Oh, you're not in the game? Jareth's here though. Jareth, also newer than a lot of us, a lot of the best Assassins players, but playing long enough to know what he's doing. And also receiving votes, Hunt Max. He's not here, but just won Best Brute. He's great flex. He can play it. Glub not here. He's newer, but knows what he's doing on Sin. Looks like Lewis got a few votes, as he did for every one, but yeah. So those are our nominees, and we'll put Guppy on the podium. We know Guppy wasn't a nominee because he's nominated for so many other ones, but he's great at Sin. And Yeah, so those are our nominees, and this actually was the least competitive category, where one player received so many more votes than everyone else.
Oh my god,
Would
look at
skip
the
it.
breakdown right now. Oh my god.
Yes, receiving 7.5% of the votes for second place is a tie between your favorite Jew and Lewis. And the number one with 65.7% of the votes is, of course, Swipey. Swipey, would you like to do a speech here?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
All right, let me look at you guys. Wow, thank you. I honestly didn't prepare for this moment because I didn't expect to be standing here. First, thank you to the judges and the organization behind this award. It truly means more than I can put into words to be recognized by people I respect so deeply. I want to thank everyone who supported me along the way, my family, my friends, and the people who believed in me even when I doubted myself. You kept me going during the moments no one sees, when quitting felt easier than continuing. This award isn't just about the final result, it represents the late nights, the setbacks, the lessons, and their growth. It's a reminder that passion, patience, and persistence really do matter. And to everyone else here tonight, your work inspires me. Being in a room with so much talent is an honor on its own. Thank you for this recognition. I'll carry it with me as motivation to keep learning, keep creating, and keep pushing forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swipey. That was beautiful. Glad you prepared that speech, or you did it straight from the heart, because tearing up right now just after hearing that.
Very
But we'll
heartfelt.
move on to our next category. I'll do this one. This is best flex player. So we've done all the kits now. Let's move on to who can do the most kits. Who's the best at them all? So flexing means you can play the most kits and at the highest quality. So people who can play tank and ranger and assassin. It's very helpful to have in ranked. And we'll start by going through our nominees for who our best flexes are. So first on the ballot was Hunmax, who he's already been nominated 3 times. We all know him. He's a fantastic at this game. He couldn't make it today, but most noteworthy for being already winning Best Brute and being one of the best assassins. Next on the ballot is Guppe, who's up here. Guppe can, of course, play a mean tank. He's been flexing a lot of Sin lately. Probably not his preferred kit to play, but he's been so good at it that, of course, he has the honor of playing assassin in ranked. Next, we got Swipey, who has been on the stage this entire time. Yeah, he was second best vote receiver in Ranger, received many votes, or all the votes on Assassin, and might be able to play tank. I don't know if he's actually played tank in ranked yet, but we'll see. XGav, who was just nominated for best assassin, he can flex to tank if necessary. Same goes for Arm, who was on the ballot. He's not here. He sometimes plays tank, but it's most noteworthy for his Ranger play past his assassin play. He's very strong on Gully. And your favorite Jew, who I reiterate is blacklisted, but he was on the ballot. So that was a while ago. So coming in at a tie for 5th with 7.7% of the votes, you, and also Lewis, who got 5 votes for every single category. So congratulations to Lewis. Next with 8% or 12% of the votes is Guppe, and coming in at second place with 12% or 18% of the votes is Huntmax. And once again, winning with 37% of the votes is Swipey. So, Swipey, I know you just gave a heartbreaking speech. So, do you have another one in you? Would you like to do another speech?
Yeah, I actually wrote 2 speeches that I wanted to.
Perfect.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. This really means a lot. Winning best flex in CCL is honestly crazy to me because this league is full of people who bring talent, creativity, and effort every single time. To even be considered among them is an honor. I want to thank everyone in CCL, the players, the community, and the people behind the scenes who make this possible. You all put the standard higher, and that competition is what made me want to keep improving. To my teammates and everyone who supported me, thank you for trusting me, hyping me up, and pushing me when I needed it. A flex is never just one moment. It's built on teamwork, preparation, and confidence. This reward motivates me to keep raising the bar and to keep proving why I love being part of this league. Thank you again. This one means a lot.
Touching once again. Life, I'll pass back to you for our next category.
Oh, you passed it back at an interesting one. Okay. Okay. So we have our biggest one trick is our next one. So this one is an interesting category. We have a couple of nominees to list that we put. So first
Not trying
one
to join
is
Snick's stream, by the way.
Wait, how do I join this fucking lobby?
what do you say?
It's event dash one.
All right. So
Sorry. Keep going.
So the biggest one trick. So so it goes to the player who refuses to play any kits but their main in ranked. So have a couple of nominations, but of course there might be others that we miss, and you had the liberty to write that down in the other category. But our nominations here, we have DT Berg as our first one. This should have come as much of a question. Of course, if it's available, of course, he's going to play marksman and play well, or of course you live or die by the kit that you main is what some people would say. Not sure how that quote goes, but and then for a second nomination, we have Trace. Is Trace actually
He's here. He's NBA Central.
NBA Sentinel? Is he here with us? And
Yeah, I'll put him in the
you bring it to the front.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have Lord Chessie. Okay, there we go. Have Lord Chessie with us today? That's a good question. I can't.
Look like he's here. I'll put Rez on the podium as his behalf.
Okay.
We're gonna start doing subs.
Okay. And then we also have Apollo. I wonder how active he was in this season, but if you know him from previous seasons, he plays strictly Ranger if he can, and a very specific build at that, which is, of course, heavy arrows. If everyone has remember that. So
Representing
cues.
Apollo will be TZR Andy.
Okay. Whether that was a positive or not so positive experience, definitely deserving of a nomination here. And so let me get to the breakdown. Okay, for biggest one trick. Oh, whoa. Okay, this was not competitive. This is not competitive. Okay, so at third, let me see. Okay, second, third. Okay, so at fourth, or should I say at fifth here, we have Lord Chessie, which covers 6.3% of the votes. And then we have Trace at fourth, which covers 7.8% of the votes. So congrats to the runner-ups here. And then we get at third place, Lewis. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Wow. Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi.
That was a
Just wanted
mistake.
to just wanted to thank everyone. Mum, dad. Oh, okay.
Readjust the mic here. Where was I? We have at third place is Lewis. Not sure if he's here with us. I guess it's worth noting that, he is blacklisted. But so if you happen to be first, that's, I'm not sure how that would have went, but we have at second is Apollo. Again, he probably wasn't the most active in the season, but I'm sure he lives in everyone's hearts, at least in the previous seasons where he was, playing a lot of the specific Ranger build. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Apollo. And then at number one, at a landslide of votes here, 53.1% of the votes, we have DT Berg as our biggest one trick. This also doesn't come as much of a question. He plays Ranger pretty strictly at that, and really, if anyone else is a Ranger main, they probably will defer to DT Berg on his team. So I'll let you take over. Here's DT Berg. Congrats.
Yeah. I'm not as happy to win this one, but can't win them all. Or I guess I do win this one. I can play tank. I swear. I'm just not allowed to play tank. I'll prove you guys wrong next time. I
Why
just
aren't
won.
you allowed to play tank?
Nobody lets me play tank. They always say get on Ranger.
Why did
Next
they
time.
not let you play tank?
Next time I won't even be on the ballot. That's all I'm gonna say. But I guess I'll take it. I'll put it on my trophy cabinet.
You guys believe that?
All right. So we're gonna rearrange the ballot order on this next one because this one is known for an EU award mostly. We're gonna go to most respectful player. It's late for the EU players, and this is the biggest and most important award in Europe. So we're gonna move this one up to the front. So let me get everyone off the stage. This is very serious. Got to clear the podiums for this. So coming in, or on the ballot, at the top of the ballot, we have, of course, Snicks. He might be blacklisted, but that's kind of the point. I don't think he's in the server, but we'll put Plonker in here as Snicks. And number 2 on the ballot, we have Ox. Know and love Ox. CCL legend. Very respectful and nice guy. Coming in third on the ballot, or not in third place, but we got Airhay. Airhay made some tier lists that certainly made you question how respectful he is, or understand what he does. The Jew tier list. And also on the ballot is Lewis, his partner in crime. He's also blacklisted for a reason. I don't think either of them on the server, but we know him. And as our U.S. representative, we've got Devin. He really appreciates all people for who they are. Never says anything unkind. Coming in at a tie for 5th place, we have Lewis and Airhay. They're somewhat of a team, so it makes sense that they get the same amount of votes. And then our 3rd place will be Devin, our best U.S. representative. I'll put Gepe on the stage for him, kind of his duo or something. Basically, Devin, well, he's very respectful. Not as respectful as our clear top 2, which are going to be Ux and Snicks. Now, who won the award? Coming in at 19% in 2nd place is Ux, meaning our winner with 35% of the vote is Snicks. So we're going to let Snicks do a speech. Probably a bad idea, but, he won the award. Is he in the call? Yes, he is. Snicks? Make it quick. Ever muted?
Oh, hello, niggers.
Next.
So first of all, I'd like to thank all of you.
Whoa!
Okay, I'd like to say fuck.
I couldn't hear him. My game must have auto muted him. All right, we'll let
There's something.
Ux do a speech instead.
Hmm.
Ux,
Hello.
you came in second place here, but second place means a lot. So, what do you have to say?
Well, we might not have won today, but I still want to thank my dad, Adolf Hitler, and my second dad, Snix, for making this all possible for me. Racism is a talent.
That's enough.
Not everybody can have it.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That was for the most respectful player, and I'd like to thank Ox and Nix for their commitment to kindness. All right, back to you, Live Strike.
Okay. So following from respectful player, I guess we can move on to the next one right after that one. So we have our biggest breakout player. So let me get to that. Because breakout player, this award is for the newer CCL player that has stepped up their game the most to become a top pick. So this could be comparable to maybe a most improved player award. Maybe you guys are more familiar with that. But for our nominees here, we have Petsy as our first nominee. So is Petsy here with us today?
Yep.
Okay. And then we also have Jinx as our second nominee. Is Jinx also here, or
He's not here. Anyone want to be Jinx?
okay? And for our third nominee, we get Dracella for breakout player, and then for our fourth, we have Souls, or correct me if I'm wrong, Souls or SSOZ.
Oh, that's
if I were to
Shark.
spell that. Okay, Shark. If he's here with us. Okay.
Shark is not here. Anyone want to be Shark? Pickle, you can be Shark.
And of course, you had the ability to choose your own vote for whoever you thought was deserving that wasn't on the nominations here. So that brings us to the breakdown of who our winner is. So let's see what it looks like. This was fairly competitive. So okay. Fourth, third, second, first. Okay. So at number 4, we get Lewis, covering 8.1% of the votes here. And coming at number 3, we get Blurzy, covering 17.7% of the votes. I'm sure you have seen these players around recently in the queues, doing well and providing.
Wait, are you reading most improved or biggest breakout?
I'm actually reading the wrong votes here. I'm reading most improved here. Okay, let me look at biggest breakout player. Might have accidentally spoiled
I got it.
Feature category
Um,
here, but
All right, coming in at fourth place, we had Drusilla. Definitely has played before, but very new to the game. Coming at number 5 is Lewis, like, of course. I guess coming in third place, we had Jinx with 17% of the votes. Very hard to pick up a ranger quickly, and he did that. With 20% of the votes in second place, we had Shark. He, of course, has played this game before, but he's stepped up his game on Assassin, and that means number 1 with 25 or 39% of the votes. That goes to Petsy, who is here with us. Would you like to do a speech?
congrats.
Yo, hello.
What's up?
Hey.
Congrats.
So what would you like to say after winning the award for biggest breakout player in the CCL?
First of all, I want to thank Combo for giving me his equalize kit so I could like smoke everybody. And I want to thank Rez for being such a good good player for me, bro. Just helping me out. And I didn't prepare the speech, so it's a pretty AI. It's not like Swipey's. Swipey got some preparing. But yeah, it's been a fun game, bro. It's I started this season, so it's been a lot of fun to play. And that's probably. I want to thank Guppe as well, bro. Guppe is like the GOAT. He's 6'6", by the way. We love Guppe.
Well, thank you, Petsy. We're
Is he
glad
really
to have you in
6'6"?
our community, and hope to see you next season on the ballot for top paladin or barbarian.
Of course. See you guys.
Right. Take it. I guess we'll move right into most improved player, which differs from biggest breakout player, where these are the players who have played a lot. They've been a part of our community forever, and seem to have a breakout this season with just how they've been playing. And we'll start with our nominees. So at the top of the ballot, we had Confidence, also known as Lit. He just came in second for Best Knight. He's known for having great comms and being very committed. Also great at Cake Wars. Next, we've got Lord Chessie, Assassin main. He definitely struggled at first. It's hard to pick up Assassin, but he's been getting better every season. And whoever's eating, can you mute your mic? Just pause, that works too.
Good dinner right there.
Next on the ballot, we've got Blurzy, who's not here right now. We all know Blurzy. He's crushing at Assassin. He can all flex most kits. And Lewis, who got blacklisted, but he was getting better. He was at the top of the leader board, I think, at one point. And the last nominee is Specs, or Komos. Also got blacklisted, but he was crushing it for a while. Very good at Brute and also good flex Assassin. So with I guess with 3% of the votes, coming in at 5th place is Lewis and iDino, I guess. Congratulations to them. And 4th place with 8% of the votes, Lewis again. Nice. Sorry, you can add those numbers together. I didn't wrote in Lewis. With 18% of the votes is Blurzy for his Assassin. 20%, 21% coming in at 2nd place is Specs, and first with 30% of the votes is Lit. Also not here, but Lit certainly killed it this season with how good he was playing. He hasn't played as much as of late, but he was great with his comms, and his Knight was very impressive. congratulations to him. We can move on to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're here. Oh, shoot. Are you in the server? No?
No, I'm not.
All right, you want to do a speech?
I'm good.
No, are you sure?
I'm good.
Okay. Congratulations to Lid. All right, our next award goes to the best blacklist. This is had a lot of blacklists this season. Some were better than others. Some were very funny. Some were very sad. This is to celebrate the best ones. So coming on top of the ballot was Y, who I think was cheating very hard and got blacklisted for it. Second was Lewis, who accidentally opened his clients while streaming or sending a screenshot of it. Certainly wasn't the smartest thing to do. We had Ethan, who wasn't even on his computer, I think, or something like that. He was letting someone borrow his account. Big mistake. And we had Komos, who alted for no good reason, and he got blacklisted. And yeah, those are our nominees. So this was another landslide, but with 9% of the votes, we had Y, came in third place. With 22% of the votes, we had Komos, Specs. And with a landslide victory at 57% of our votes, we had Lewis. Is Lewis here for a speech? Earlier. All right, he said, I nominate Petsy to accept my award. So Petsy, you have any words on Lewis's behalf? Oh, he's calling. He's at the pub. Okay. All right. You're on the stage.
Hello again, guys. Yeah, Lewis is at the pub right now. I tried calling him on Snapchat, but he didn't reply. He's he's I don't even know where he is, but he's at the mountains. He's skiing, drinking a lot of alcohol, so he had better things to do. But he is he's the best laptop player. He's the best trackpad player, bro. He can destroy everybody on trackpad. In his screenshot, he went like 9-1 with like 1,200 damage on trackpad. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, that's about it, bro. This guy is the GOAT. Yeah, he is the GOAT. He's actually the GOAT. The blacklist is false. Like you can't ban people for having for making like a fake GUI, you know? This false ban, bro. He was just trying to like do a prank on the community, so I think we should free Lewis. Can we get a free Lewis chain? Hashtag free Lewis chain. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, DT, you can see the chat, bro. We gotta do something about this, bro. This
Hard
is
to argue with the
unbelievable, bro.
people. Yeah.
We gotta free my boy, bro. CCL ain't been the same. CCL ain't been the same after Lewis got blacklisted, bro. I said it, bro.
Well, he'll be back soon. I think his blacklist ends soon. But
Yes.
thank you for
I shout my boy
behalf.
Lewis out. I shout my boy Lewis out, bro. He's typing to me in Discord right now, bro. So, Lewis, my boy.
Well, thank you, Petsy. So I'll pass back to Life Strike for this one, and our next category, which is best shot caller.
Okay, let me pull up our nominations. So for best shot caller, I gotta scroll a while in this form to find. Okay, there we go. So this award goes to the player who is the most locked in on communication and ranks. So, of course, the ones that are most verbally active, just giving, the right comms, just verbal cues to their teammates, and might consider them also, as that in-game leader, the person that is, guiding, making sure, helping the team is winning by giving, just the right shot calls. Like, of course, when gems are coming up or where they should be going next or anything that's going to help people make the right play in the game. So without further ado, we have our first nominee is Confidence. I'm not sure if he said he's in the server, but
He's in the call, not on the
Yeah, in
server.
the call. Okay. And then coming at second, we have Tanav here. And best
here.
shot caller. And then we have Mobilizer, of course, otherwise known as ARM. Of course, he is one of the top players in ranked and always trying to give the best comms to his teammates to help win. So if you ever played with him in the call, as of the other nominees as well, then definitely know that he's trying to make the best shot calls he can. And then coming at number 4, we have DT Berg. We also know this with other nominees as well. He's definitely passionate, especially during the game as well, trying to get the team to win by guiding his teammates, everyone he's playing with, to help win the scrim. And then coming at number 5, we have Joe Bob, 69, otherwise known as Dean. Definitely as well, while in game, definitely making smart calls and often helping the team making the best plays possible and winning the scrims. And then at our 6th nominee is Combo, which also with other nominees goes without question. Definitely gives some great comms, especially when taking team fights. I think remember him, counting down and helping the other tank engage in a team fight at the right time. So definitely very helpful communications from Combo. And so that brings us to the breakdown. So this wasn't very competitive actually, but let me get to the breakdown here. At 9.4% of the votes, we have Mobilizer, otherwise known as ARM. I don't think he's here. I think as realize, yeah, he's not here, but
We have FB5 representing him.
okay. So then at 12.5% of the votes, we get DT Berg, of course. And then at 14.1% of the votes, we have Confidence, which is also a second place. So runner up, congrats, which leaves us to number 1, which is Combo as the best shot caller. So Combo, congrats. Definitely well deserved. Any comments you'd like to make? Any speech?
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone here who voted for me. I want to thank the managers for keeping the league alive. I think you guys have done a phenomenal job with the league. When I came into the CCL about 9 years ago, I was a little squeaker kid, clicking like 60 PS, didn't know what I was doing. And I wish there was someone who was there for me to help me guide me into the league, especially with the new influx of kick horse players. I think we need somebody who's a leader and who could guide the new the new generation. I want to thank Doratus. If you guys remember him, he made me co-leader in my old team, and I think that helped me in my growth as a leader. Yeah, Doratus -1 Javelin knows. And just thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Combo. That was a great speech. Good to hear that you're great with kids and teaching them. So very important to have in our league. So we'll move on to our next award, which is Best Clip Farmer. So this goes to the player that doesn't focus on the objective and instead goes for clips. So at the top of our ballot, we've got Sting, known for his montages and his flush hook combos. He's not here, but we all know how much he likes a good clip. Next, we've got Trey, Frozone. He's not here either. He hasn't played a ton, but he does not like to cap. He chases people for kills. And in spite of not playing very much, he always seems to have montages and proof that he was playing. Next, we got Tarbs. Tarbs, I don't think he's here, but he gets a lot of kills and he shows them off. Yeah, that's all I got for Tarbs. And then we have Jeff, who is here in call. He loves to clip people, send clips. He's always got proof of things happening. And while he does certainly play the objective, he certainly clips people a lot too while doing it. So coming in at 5th place with 6% of the votes, we had Trey. At 4th place, Lewis. 3rd place with 18% of the votes, we had Tarbs. And very close, this one came down to the last few votes. In 2nd place with 27%, we had Sting, making Jareth our winner with 30% of the votes. Jareth, would you like to do a speech?
I don't really have much to say. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna make Blink the new meta, and there is nothing you guys can do to stop me. That's it. Bye. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jareth. Would you like to thank anyone?
I'd like to thank Raz, who's not here right now, but he's the only reason I'm playing, even though he's not here right now. Thanks, Raz. Bye, Raz.
Great speech, Jareth. And we will move on to, we have a few categories left. Next is Best Tier List. With this season, we had added a tier list channel into our Discord where people can show off how they would rank people in the CCL. And we had a lot of interactions with those, so we figured it would make a good category. So our nominees for this were PubDom and Joe Bob with the Curse Stocks tier list. Cody's here to represent that. With Lewis with the Jew tier list. We have Swipey/Immune with the Chimera disc. Let me put Swipey on the stage. And then we've got Guppe, his tier list. And we've got Arm with his tier list. And Airhay with his tier list. Those guys aren't here. So, let me Rez. But might be up here, whatever. Right. So, coming in at 5th place with 8% of the votes, we had Lewis. Coming in at 4th place with 9% of the votes, we had Guppe. Coming in at 3rd place, bronze medal, we had Airhay for his Jew tier list, 14%. And in 2nd place with 20% of the votes, we had Swipey Immune for their Chimera tier list. And in 1st place with 34% of the votes, we had PubDom and Dean with their Curse Stocks. Cody, I know you're sick. Would you like to say any words about this? Curse Stocks coming soon. Sorry, Swipey. Your speech will have to wait. All right. Life, I'll pass back to you for biggest crash out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, prizes. A raffle. Yeah, we were gonna do that. Michael, so can we do it where we can just randomly pick someone in the server and give them a prize? Does that work? The original way was to do it through the votes, but most people did anonymous ballots, so I don't think that would work. down everyone's names. Okay. I'll do that. Life, you go through the next category. We can do an award after that.
For next category here, we have biggest crash outs. This award goes to the player who crashes out in call the most. So our nominations here, we have Trace coming in at our first nomination. Definitely passionate, in the scrims and can get a bit heated at times. So that will definitely well-deserved nomination here. And then for a second nomination, we have Combo. This is also, just because of the passion, for the game, it goes with no question that, there could be, some definitely heated moments depending on, how scrim is going, where a player, would crash out. And then our third nomination here, we have Jew. You definitely played with or maybe against him, whether you've been in the call before. Definitely might hear some of that as well. Then our next nomination is Joe Bob 69, otherwise known as Dean. Most, like all the nominations here, is definitely, out of the passion for the game. It could be in certain situations where, players get a bit heated. So, and our last nomination here is Guppe for crashing out. People have not sure of experience, any of that in the rank calls, whether they were a teammate or not. And then, of course, if anybody that we listed here that you think, or we did not list, that you think deserves of that vote, could have felt free to put that into other. Without further ado, let's get to the breakdown. So we have biggest crash out. We have at 6.3% Lewis, which wasn't a nomination, but it's fair to say as a vote. So congrats to runner up. And then we have Guppe at 7.8% of the votes, which makes that, if I could do math here, fourth place. And coming in at third, at 14.1% of the votes, we have Combo. And then at second, 23.4%, we have your favorite Jew. And then at number one, at 32.8%, we have Trace. So congrats to Trace for being the biggest crash out in the CCL. Would you like to have anything to say? Congrats on the award. Make sure you're unmuted here. You should be good. Let us know if you can
Try now, Trace.
talk now.
Bro, hold on a second. Bitches on my dick, nigga. I patiently waited for your ass to trip, nigga. Fuck, nigga, flip, nigga. You know that I'm lit, nigga. Walking with the band, so I could pay for the hit, nigga. Diamond chain, choke a bitch, so I could not trip, nigga. They changed on me.
It was a great speech, if you could call it that, by Trace. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, fuck Combo, fuck not NYC, bro. Fuck them all. Oh no, W John, bro. W fucking John. W John and Petsy.
Appreciate those comments.
Good to hear. All right. Well, I've got the wheel of names ready, so we can spin for the next or for the first prize winner, which I think is $10 to the Critz shop. Michael or James, correct me if I'm wrong. $10 to the Critz shop. Does that sound right? Anyone? All right, whatever. I will stream the 20 real dollars. Is that? Are we doing one prize at the end? Or are we doing 3 throughout? 3 throughout. All right, and we start with the $10. Yeah. Okay. I got the name ready. I put everyone on the wheel who isn't deaf. Odd. Get my stream going. All right. I don't accidentally play the awards. Clicking that tab, that would be bad. All right. Life, can you tune into my stream? You guys hear me? Life?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm
All
here.
right, all right, all right, we're good. All right, I'm spinning the wheel. This is for a $10 reward. If you aren't on the wheel, it's because you're either staff or you weren't in the picture I took. Oh. Oh,
okay.
John, 1-2-3 with the last second win over Guppe. John, did you have any?
It was on Gup. That was
It's Robert. You want
I
a
don't know what the
speech
physics
for?
on that wheel is. That's crazy.
Actually, well, am I streaming? Shit. Off. It was bad. I almost opened up the reports. Hold off on a speech. Our next award is going to be for the biggest chatterbox in the CCL. This is for someone who, the players who like to talk and have a lot to say. Some say they don't have an off button, but that's the negative way of saying it. This is more to say these players always keep the conversation going. Send everyone back to spawn. All right. Our first nominee is going to be MP Tursky. He's not here. He was blacklisted for a bit, but yeah, he has a lot to say. Next is Blurzy. Blurzy, of course, he's always on cues. He always saying stuff, talking. Everyone listening to Blurzy when he's talking? That's for you to decide. Next, we got Joe Bob. Dean certainly is always talking in call. I wouldn't, or I guess Dean is always talking about the game, but also insulting his teammates. That was his thing. And we got John123, who just won the gift card. Ha ha ha. That's his username. He's talking. You've seen him in chat for the last 20 minutes. And then we've got TZR Andy, who is here, and he has a lot to say. Let me get them on the podium. Okay, Trace, you're going to be Dean. Life, can you get the people on the podium? Sorry. And here's John. Is anyone else is here? Peter, Blurzy. Nope. All right. So this was a somewhat close one. We had 4 players get significant amount of the votes. With 14% of the votes, we had Blurzy. With 16% of the votes, we had iDino. And with 19% of the votes coming in at second place, we had MP Tursky. So, winning once again, we have John as our biggest chatterbox in the CCL. John, would you like to give a speech? This can be both your speech for winning the prize and for being the biggest chatterbox. Yeah, mute you. All right, you should be able to talk.
Hello?
Yo.
Hello, peasants. I extend my most profound and ineffable gratitude to the CCL for this honor of monumental rhetorical significance. My incessant verbal output is not randomness, but a calculated eruption of cognitive exuberance and linguistic hyperactivity, proving that I am intellectually superior to everyone else here. To my teammates, administrators, and any individuals who have withstood my relentless discourse, I thank you for your patience, fortitude, and emotional endurance. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Is there anyone you'd like to thank? Or anyone specifically?
TZR Randy, Flocka 7000, and Petsy.
Great group of players. Thank you, John.
No problem.
We will move on to our next category. Life, I'll pass back to you for worst Q terrorist.
Okay. So for our category, worst Q terrorist, this award goes to the player that you want to see in your queue the least. So probably have seen this terminology thrown around a lot within the CCL server or in the chats. When people, call other players a Q terrorist or elu terrorist, or maybe you make a bad play. I know myself when I think I made a bad play in a team fight and was called a terrorist move. So that definitely, is reminiscent of this reward. So our nominees, our first one is iDino for worst Q terrorist, and then as our second nominee we have Apollo, and of course, Apollo, again, I'm not sure how active he's been in this recent ranked season, but this probably, it goes more back to, in our history of past ranked seasons, is mostly why he is here as a nomination. Then we also have our third nominee as Chomp here. So I'm not sure the players I named so far are here in the server or.
Doesn't look like any of them are here, so we'll need some representatives. Hipster Kiwi, you can.
Then yeah, we have his Hipster Kiwi at
Kiwi's
number
here.
4 for a nominee. And then as our last nominee, we have Prio. Forgive me if I mispronounce
That's
the
Bamboo.
IGN here. Okay, and then of course, you were free to also cast your own custom votes for anyone here that we didn't list that you think was deserving of this. So
James here and Andy.
Yeah, so for our breakdown, if I can find it in the C here. Okay, there we go. So coming up here at 6.1% of the votes, we have Chomp. And
Rocks.
We get, that's 6.1%. And then at 7.6%. We have Lewis, which I'm not actually sure we had as a nominee here. No, we didn't, but I think people were compelled to, vote his way. And then we have 10.6% of the votes, Hipster Kiwi, which is also in third place. Then as runner-up, at 19.7% of the votes, we have Apollo, which don't believe is here in the server with us. And then we have at number 1, at a landslide vote here, we have 39.4% for Dino. So congrats.
I think Dino's here, but
Congrats to Dino for worst cute terrorist.
now she's worst cute terrorist, but next season, most improved. All right.
Speech? I don't know.
I think it's time for another raffle. This one will be for $15, I think. Right. Back to my stream. Life, if you can stream my stream, that'd be good. Last one for 10. Make sure to make a ticket if you win.
My screen.
Now, sorry if you joined late. This is the list of players we got. All right, starting now.
Change to. Okay.
Concrete Eater, also known as Mazzy3. Congratulations, you've won $. Got one more, and we'll save that for the end. All right, the next award is gonna be Best Gem Hopper. This one goes to the player who steals the most gems. Maybe it's not necessarily the best assassin, it's the assassin that always seems to perfectly time the gem and take it right from you, and very obnoxious to play against, but tough to do, so get some respect here in the CCL. So our nominees are Swipey, the guy who plays mainly known for his assassin. We all know him. On the podium. Life, if you could put them on the podium, as I say, that'd be good. All
That's
right,
the
next.
command I'm running.
It's this is the command. Except change the 1 to 2. All right, and then we've got Arm, who wasn't able to make it. We've heard him nominated for a few awards. He's always on gems. He's locked in. Next, we got Blursy, also nominated for biggest chatterbox and most improved. He steals gems. He plays in a lot of queues, so I'm sure we've all had our gems stolen from him before. We got Wisecraft. Steals gems as Ranger, which is harder to do. He also plays Assassin. He makes it happen. We've got Glub, who hasn't been on recently. At least I haven't seen him, but gems are one of his specialties. And then we have Xgav, who been the best EU assassin for some years now, and he's always hopping the gems perfectly. He's old school player, knows how important gems are. So this one was mainly a 2-horse race. 2 people ran away with most of the votes, but we had a 3-way tie for third. I guess a 2-way tie for third, with Xgav and Wisecraft both getting 6% of the votes. And then in second, with 28% of the votes, we had Arbs. And then in first place, once again, with 37% of the votes, we have Swipey. Swipey, do you have another speech prepared for us?
Wait, I won? Nah,
You won.
No, I don't have a speech, but I have this to show you all. Yes. Let's all watch this. Yes. Yes. And then we won the game.
Seems like
Yeah.
the game wants you to get the gems. So
Yeah. All right, that's it.
congratulations, Swipey.
Yep.
Anyone else you'd like to thank for?
Deserved that gem. I like to thank Bob. You know, I like to thank Spider. You know, and I like to thank Tori. Nah, I'm going. All right, that's it.
Oh. All right. Right. Well, I think we've got 2 awards left. Life, if you want to take biggest bow spammer from here.
Okay. So for biggest bow spammer, this award goes to the player that refuses to use their sword the most. I'm sure immediately you're getting a lot of thoughts to a lot of ranger marksman mains, of course, or even rogue assassin mains as well. Players that you can think of that are just on the bow so much and are not going in for the melee, which could be annoying if you were on the other team. But the first nominee, we have the Greatness 123, also known as Irrelevant. Definitely see him, on marksman. Comes as no question when he's up close to you. If he doesn't have to pull out the sword, he doesn't have to pull out the sword. So you're gonna be seeing the bow a lot. And then second nominee, Jinx. Say, another marksman. Also be using the bow a lot. Especially at closer ranges. They can get the shot off. Definitely expecting a lot of bow spamming. Then at our third nominee, we have Swipey. This is more of his, gameplay on rogue or assassin. If he has the opportunity to use his bow, he definitely will. To at the expense of anybody who's playing against him, you're probably familiar with that. And then fourth nominee, we have Wisecraft, which plays mostly, marksman, a marksman main. You've probably seen him in the queues. Definitely, plays ranger and can definitely shoot from far range, but also especially from close. I do remember that he did play some rogue assassin. I'm not sure if he's been playing that recently, but you definitely know what he can do on the bow. Then next we have Javelin. Also maybe you've seen him on tank, but he definitely plays marksman and can even play rogue too, flex, on other kits. Definitely if he has the bow, he's definitely pouring shots into you. If he doesn't have to use his sword, he will not on those kits. So definitely have to keep note of that. Then our next one, we have DT Berg. Goes without question. You see him play, he's on marksman and he's putting shots into you and pause. He's pouring those shots from long range, but also at very close range as well. So if you're playing against him, it's not much else you can expect but to get shot by a lot of arrows. And then we have Blurzy. It's our last nominee. Of course, Blurzy plays several kits here, so I want to say that this is more about his gameplay on assassin or rogue. Definitely will be using his bow if he can. And so that leaves us to the breakdown, the results here. So let's see for bow spammer. Oh, this is actually pretty well. competitive until we get to the first place. So we have at 11.1%, we have Jinx. So we're definitely deserving of votes there. At 12.7%, we have DT Berg. You know, I'm sure anyone who played against him, already knows the deal. 14.3% of the votes is Wisecraft. That goes without saying, of course. And then a 17.5%, which is the second place, so runner-up, The Greatness, 1, 2, 3. Also irrelevant here, which brings us to first place, which we have Swipey for yet again another award for biggest bow spammer. So congrats, Swipey. Do you have a grandiose speech for us here, or
To be honest, I wasn't really expecting to win this reward because I'm not really a bow type of player. I was expecting, bow spammers like DT to win this, but I'll take it. I guess. But
Well, you
yeah,
play
I don't.
assassin. You
Yeah, I
shoot
don't
more
use
than
my
I
bow.
do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think I use my bow that much, but I'll take it. W.
that's questionable?
Anyone you want to thank for this one?
I'd like to thank all the rangers on Gully that are hella easy to bow spam, but I don't do that. But just saying, if I did, that's what I would do. And yeah, that's it.
Congratulations, Swipey.
Congrats.
That is your fourth award of the night, and very impressive. All right. Now we're on to our final award, and this award was not an award where we put people on the list to choose from. This one's actually full write-in award. So everyone who got voted for this one was written in by someone, which show that clearly thought of for this one, very valued to the community. So this will be the most prestigious award, which is the favorite CCL community member. This is who you vote for, who makes playing this game the most fun. This is favorite person to be in queue with, favorite person on their team, just overall favorite CCL community member. So no nominees. This was all write-ins. We had a lot of singular write-ins, and a few people got multiple votes. And go through some of the people with multiple votes. We had Tempered, we had iDino, we had Tarbs, and one person stood out, having 5 total votes. And not Lewis. Well, Lewis also had 5 votes, but our favorite community member goes to Guppe. Sage Guppe, would you like to give a speech? Congratulations.
Yo,
Boo.
What? Yeah, I'm already getting booed on the stage. All right.
Sit down.
I think this might be a bit of a snub from Lewis. I feel like, but I'll take it for sure.
It was a tie, so we all know that everyone knows how beloved Lewis is. But you're representing both of you guys right now.
Okay, fair. So I wasn't really expecting to win this one, but I will. I'll take it, and I'll deliver a little bit of a speech. So I want to thank all of the management and director, Lifestrike, for keeping this league alive. And what makes the league alive is all the players. So thank everybody for playing. Everyone from the guys that love to throw my games at 4 a.m. to all the toughest wins I've ever had. Thank you guys, and I appreciate that. And this award means a lot, and I think that we just gotta keep the queues going and until next time, right? Thank you guys.
Thank you, Guppe, for the great speech.
Thank you.
All right, well, that concludes our awards, I think. Let me do a quick once-over. We had many great nominees. Thank you for everyone who voted, and thank you for showing up. And to celebrate our first successful award show, we will do one more raffle. Sorry if this award show was a little rough around the edges. We were expecting the Cake Wars show to go first, so we could kind of deal what they do, but we end up having to go first. So, but I feel like it worked out pretty well. And we'll finish off with the last wheel of names to determine who wins our $20 reward. All right, join my stream and finish this off. Life, make sure to tune into my stream.
Be tuning in here. Oh, that might be crazy. Okay. I'm in. There we go.
All right. Spin, this is for $20.
What is that? Y'all saw that?
Loser Void. Wait, is it Como's? I know you. Something. Pin for 1K. So you sponsoring? All right, I guess that concludes our award show. Thank you everyone for coming. Hope to do this again next year. Again, no. We can end the stream here. I'll unlock the queue, and yeah, let's hope we can have another successful year.